Ellen. Ellen and I have known each other a lot of years, building theaters together, working on production deals that she's tried to educate me on and how it's done in China. I still don't get it. Tell us what you know. Describe the way you're distributing films. What's the story with Village Roadshow these days and your latest film?
Okay. Can you hear? It's fine. I first wanted to say some nice things, really, but they're from the heart to everybody here. The MPAA has been amazing. I mean, I've been working in China in the film industry, in the Chinese film industry, and particularly in the space between the Hollywood and the Chinese film industry for 20 years. You guys have always been there, and it's been rough for many, many years. It has, but you have grown with the marketplace, and I think that this engagement is so smart, and I think that the fact that you're really working on the filmmaker side now is making all the difference, so thank you very much for that. And Mike, thank you for that, for sticking it out. Also, from the point of view of exhibition, so I live in Beijing. We are making movies, we are doing co-productions, we're investing in Chinese movies. This is absolutely the most exciting time of my career, and it is the most exciting time for the Chinese film industry and for the audience in China, which is really what it's all about. If it weren't for these three gentlemen and the companies that they represent, this would not have happened as fast, and it would not have happened as dramatically, I think, as it has. When Millard and I first went into China, we used to talk to people about the fact that their film industry was like an unexploited gold mine. Nobody knew what we were talking about. But we said, all you need is to have the cinemas, because if you build them, they will come. Of course, you need product, and we started with a trickle of imported product, because there really weren't a lot of Chinese movies being made those days. But the more the cinemas started to crop up and be really comfortable, enjoyable venues for people, the more, okay, we've got these imported movies, what else? Then the Chinese filmmakers were really excited about this opportunity and started making exciting movies in their own language, telling their own stories, and everything that you predicted would happen, happened. So I'm standing there in a cinema in Beijing a few days ago, and I couldn't believe it. The lines were backed up longer than I've ever seen in China or anywhere else for that matter. And I'm looking up there, and what's playing are 3 blockbuster new Chinese releases and 3 blockbuster Hollywood releases, all playing at the same time, all competing with each other, everybody excited, and okay, I'll see this one today because I can't get a ticket for that one, but I'll come back tomorrow. It's just, I felt like I was a kid in a candy shop. It was really incredible. So what we're doing, and thank you all for everything you've done, is Village Roadshow Pictures Asia decided a couple of years ago that this was the time to start making Chinese movies and co-productions for the China market. Village Roadshow Entertainment Group, which is based in Los Angeles and makes 3 to 6 Hollywood movies a year, mostly in partnership with Warner Brothers. It's a very successful film financing and production company. But we also are an Australian company in our roots, and we see ourselves, not me, I'm a New Yorker, but anyway, I'm sort of an honorary Australian. We see ourselves as part of Asia. And the part of Asia that's growing the fastest in our industry is indisputably China. I mean, the year-to-year average growth rate of the box office in China is about 30%. So that's just zooming. And we thought this was a good time to enter the marketplace, because this isn't like it was 5 or 10 years ago when a lot of Chinese companies who wanted to get into the film industry were undercapitalized. And foreign companies wanted to get in and test the waters, but not so much for immediate financial gain, but for just getting in the game. Because most foreign studios, believe it or not, actually do believe in local language production. We don't want to be the only players in the marketplace, and we don't want people to say, you're dominating my marketplace. We want to have people say, you're welcome to participate in our marketplace. And so that's how we all started making Chinese movies. Now, what's happened is that the Chinese marketplace is so strong that Chinese film studios don't need us for investment anymore. What they really need us for is development, production management, marketing and distribution expertise, and the possibility of going global with some of the movies. But even there, it's not as simple as saying, can you take my movie and export it? Because every movie is different. Some movies will have some potential to travel outside of China. Some movies, like Lost in Thailand, or like the first movie that we put out under the Warner Brothers, the Village Roadshow logo, Journey to the West, made over $200 million at the Chinese box office alone. And it is being exported around the world, but it doesn't need to be anywhere else besides China. So each film is different. Each film will find its distribution pattern. Each film will do what it needs to do, really in the eyes of the audience. And right now, the primary audience is the Chinese audience.
Thank you, Ellen.